and she's like, I need to move out. Guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you? How have you been? My name is Esther Diamond. Today I'm going to be telling you a story while I get ready to go nowhere. If this is your first time on my channel, you are so welcome. Please subscribe and join our family. Don't go without subscribing. And if you're a returning subscriber, you're very welcome. Welcome back. Okay, I'm going to start. First things first, I'm going to prime my face. Disclaimer, I'm not a makeup artist. Please, I'm not giving any advice on how to do your makeup. Nobody should call for me. So I'm going to be telling you the story of how I got duped. And that was when I came to Georgia. And when I came, I already had a friend here. I had an agent and he was already going to help me get a house. I was coming from Hungary, so I already had an idea of housing in the abroad and what it was like. Evening of that day, the same day I came in, this other guy who is the agent, I called him. So he's like, the house we were supposed to check initially has been given out and we have to look for another one. So I'm like, okay. He and his friend, who is a Georgian, went on searching for houses and he was like, if he finds anything, he's going to get back to me. So we're really hoping that we'll find a house. I just wanted to move in that day because I didn't want to stay another day at my friend's place just so I don't inconvenience him. Well, he was checking for the house around evening. He called me that he had seen one and we went to check the house, but I did not like it. I spend a lot of time at home, so if I'm not comfortable in the house, it's just a problem for me. And we kept checking. There was another option. We went there. Good location. This house was so beautiful. Okay, there's this site, myhome.ge. It's a site where you check for houses in Georgia. Landlords drop pictures of their houses on the site. There are options of price ranges, location, and all. So first red flag. The house that was on the site was a totally different house from the one we saw. The house on the site was not so, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't so great. This house we went to was great. It was just so beautiful. My agent tried to negotiate with them and they're they can give us for a lesser price if I'm going to pay more. If I'm normally you just pay for the first month and the last month, but if I'm going to pay for more months, maybe up to 5 or 6 months, they will give me for a reduced price. You should see this house because we were so happy. I just felt this is good luck. My luck is so good. We were so lucky because there is no other place to see a house of this standard. For second red flag, but it did not occur to us. Well, it just felt really good, too good to be true. But then I was I have luck, my luck is good. So yeah, my case is different. So even if it doesn't work like that for other people, I'm different. My case is different, so it's working for me. And I paid for the house. We were just so happy. It was a really good deal. And in my mind already, I'm never even leaving this house because the location is perfect. It's so close to school. It's just perfect. Everything I want. And that was it. Life was good. Everything was going well. When you say something is too good to be true, this was the case. Everything sounded too good to be true. They told me they've already paid for all the bills for for that month. So because I'm moving in, I'm not able to pay for bills for 1 full month because they paid for the previous month and even this coming month. So at the end of the month, I'm never going to have bills to pay and all of that. And I'm like, wow, okay. 1 month after, my Wi-Fi stopped working. They gave me the codes for electricity bill and gas bill. Yeah, I think that was all. And maybe water bill. But I did not have the code for the internet. That was because they said they would send the code to me later. It was already 1 month and I'm my internet has stopped working. And I started calling this woman and her number is not going through. I don't know what was it saying. I know it used to ring and she would not pick up. And so I started texting and I'm like, hello ma'am, time for me to pay my internet bill because the internet is no more working. Can you send me the code please? No reply. And I called my agent and I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but my landlady is not picking up her phone. And they tried calling her and she wasn't picking up. And after a while, her phone stopped ringing. And I'm like, Jesus, what is going on? Mind you, I've already paid 5 months rent. Where is this woman? Why is she not picking up? What is going on? I wasn't really panicking then. I was just it's fine. She'll definitely come back. Maybe she traveled and she's having some issues with her phone, wherever she is. So she'll definitely come back because after 5 months, my rent will expire and she'll come back. As for the Wi-Fi, we were already like making plans to change it, like so I'll get a totally different one that I can pay for and use because Wi-Fi wasn't working. I was spending more time at school. Okay, on this day I just came back home around 9. I was really hungry, so I just got back home and I put something on fire and I'm warming the food, waiting for it to get hot, and somebody starts to bang on my door. What's going on? Like, hello? Who
born you? Where do you come from?
Who is that? Like, why should you be bang? Whoever you are, who even gave you the right to bang on my door? Like, I actually thought this door was going to break because the way the person was banging on the door, and like I looked through the, what is it called, circle thingy on the door, and I could see a Georgian woman with a man behind her, and she was hitting the door, and I'm like, who is this? Like, who are you? Who are you? Where are you coming from? So I went outside. I didn't even want to let her come in. Like, I was just standing by the door and I'm like, yes, please, what do you want? And she's like, who am I? What am I doing here? And I'm like, who are you? I should be asking you who you are, because what are you doing here? I don't know you from anywhere, and this is my house and you're banging on it. And she's like, this is her house. And I'm like, who? Sorry, well, I don't understand. How? Who are you? How is this your house? She couldn't even speak English. She was just shouting in Georgian, so it was the man behind her that was translating. And I'm just like, okay. And she's like, I need to move out. And I'm like, is this one drama or what? Like, really, what is going on here? I need to move out of what? A house that I paid 5 months rent for. Like, move out to where? And she's like, I need to move out of the house because this is her house. And I'm like, okay. Let's say her name is Mrs. A. She's there. She starts asking me, where is Mrs. A? Coincidentally, her name and the name of the other lady that actually sold the house to me are the same. Like, they have the same names. So she starts asking me where this other woman is. Like, where is the woman? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, in fact, the whole thing was just like a drama to me. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to call my agent, so she should just wait. Like, she should hold on. I still didn't let him come inside because I'm like, I don't even know who you are. Before you come and kill me inside this house. So we're all outside, and I called him and he was like, how? Like, from where? Who is she? Okay, don't worry, I'm coming. And so like while I'm waiting for my agent to come, this man is shouting, you need to go in now and pack your things. Like, she's speaking in Georgian and she's shouting. Like, she was so angry and shouting, and this other man was like translating to me.
And she's saying I should move out today, I should go in and start packing my things because I'm leaving the house this night.
And I don't even have any business with you, number one, so I was never answering. I was just like, okay, wow, very, very nice. Not possible. It's not happening. Like, who are you to even come and give me orders? I don't even know you. Like, you just come and give me orders. I should move out. I should start going. So my agent came like with the other guy, his Georgian. We're like, okay, let's all go in and let's talk. So we went inside, and it turns out this woman is actually the landlady. Like, she was actually the owner of the house, and she rented the house to the other lady who was her namesake. The contract with this lady was for 1 year, but after the first month, she could not reach the woman anymore. So this woman, who is the original owner of the house, had been calling this other lady that sold the house to me because it's time to pay a new rent, and this woman was not picking up, and then her phone went off. Exactly the same thing that happened like when I was trying to reach her. So it turns out this woman who rented the house from her re-rented the house to me, and her name was the same name on the contract and all, so it did not even, I don't know, although the surnames were different, but it didn't, I don't even know. And this woman collected 5 months rent from me. After they explained, we also explained our own side of the story, and we're like, I have a contract with this other woman, and I had paid. We had like bank receipts and all, and they're like, I have to leave. So my agent is saying no, she cannot leave because she already paid for this house. We have a contract, and the only way like for me to leave would be if I fulfill the terms of the contract, which is like staying there for the next 4 months, or I get my money back. That's the only way. And the woman is saying she doesn't care. She's not the one that gave me the house, and she's not even ready to re-rent the house to me because she doesn't want a Nigerian in her house. So I have to move out that night, and I don't even know why I was not panicking. I don't know, maybe my mind, because I know I have contracts. Somehow in my head I just felt like nothing can happen because I have a signed contract. Nothing. I I don't know, but Aisha was not even panicking at all. And she's like, it's fine. She's going to call the police. They're going to throw me out. And so my agent also calls the police. Like, we have our right to the police too. Policemen she called arrived first. You know, they normally come in twos. And when they came, some people can be so dramatic and such pretenders. This woman that has been standing, pacing around, shouting at the top of her voice. Policemen now came. She now mellowed. She told them to sit down. She now sat down and brought her voice down and was doing like somebody's like she's about to cry. Like maybe we're beating her. And she's like, and like she was just explaining like the whole thing very calmly. Like she's about to cry or they're going to beat her to the policemen. And I'm like, so you can be this calm and you've been here shouting on me like you're going to break my head. She was speaking Georgian obviously, and like this other guy who came with my agent was translating to us just in case she's changing story or anything. So she was explaining to them what happened and they're like, okay, nodding their heads, projecting to her and like telling her that they're sorry. She was like, so she's telling me now that I have to leave the house today. And the policeman just shook his head like, no, she cannot leave the house today. And then the woman was like asking why can't I leave the house today? It's a house. And they're like, no, but I have a contract. She shouldn't be considerate. I'm a young girl, it's late in the night. What does she want me to go to? This man started again, started to shout, sparks scatter everywhere. Like the lioness that she is. This Jordan guy that was like a friend to my agent was telling us what's going on. So in my mind I'm already like, oh shit. I'm already laughing because we already knew what the policemen were saying. So they were just basically telling her that we'll find another way to like solve the problem, but moving out was not an option. Like I could not just move out just like that because I already had a contract that was signed and I had paid money. We were just going to find another way to solve the whole problem. And this man didn't want to hear it. She just like did she even start crying? I don't know why. It looks like she was sounding like she's crying. And I'm like, yeah, I feel for you, auntie, but like please, in the end, both of us are in this. We were both duped. So you cannot like just come and try to be like you're the only victim here. I'm also a victim and I have money involved in this. You don't even have anything to really lose. Okay, anyway, she has something to lose because if I was going to stay in the house for the next 5 months, she was not going to get any pay. But then like that was all she was losing. I was the one to lose money if I left. The policeman that my own agent called also arrived, and when they came, they were saying the same thing. The 4 policemen were on my side and they're like, no, she cannot live like that. There has to be like other ways we can settle this issue. Until after raking, she could not do anything else. So they took our statements and we signed. Like mind you, I was so hungry because I just got back home and all of this was happening. The food I was eating up was just there. I hadn't eaten it. By the time I didn't really have appetite anymore. I was hungry. We still had to go to the police station again like that night. It was already around 12:01 to write another statement and like in fact, I was just really angry with the whole thing, but I was just happy with the fact that I wasn't going to move out of the house that night. So I went to the station and I wrote down my statements and they said they were going to call me. I went back home, called my parents, told them what happened. About 1 week later, I got a call from the police station and I was told to come again. I went there with my agent. Like this guy was just a godsend. Like God really used him to help me, because imagine if I was doing all this running around alone and by myself, I would have been so frustrated. But like he was really there, like he was really helping me like every step of the way. When they call me, I'll call him, he will come with me, go to the police station. And so like we went there, they asked for another statement again, just like these people sharp. Mind you, like the night before, like when we went to the police station, because you have to wait for a translator. They will call a translator that may take 1 hour to 2 hours to get there. We have to wait for the translator to come so we can take down new statements. I don't know what they're doing with it. Well, they took down that statement and they're like, okay, they're going to start finding this woman. Now, like they were searching for this woman. That's the one who sold the house to me. Turns out that this lady was now a wanted woman, because the same thing she did to me, she had done it with 40 other flats. She rents a house from the owner and re-rents it to someone else at a cheaper price for a long time, like for more months. So you can imagine the amount of money this man had made. 40 different flats, and she'll disappear. This woman, she had like somehow they traced her to have like traced her family. Auntie had disappeared, like she was nowhere to be found. They don't even know where she was, but she had left Georgia. But they found her family members. So these people, like, they reached out to me and they're like, please, they don't have the complete amount to give me for 4 months. They're like, please, they've been paying money everywhere, like everybody has been calling them, all people the woman has duped. They're now the ones carrying the burden of paying back. And please, like, they are already running out of money. They don't have a lot anymore. This lady was like, the girl was crying to me in the car that please, I should just take the amount that she has. It was actually a good, I don't remember how much, but when she told me at first, like, this is all she had, I was like, this is not the amount. You have to you have to pay me the complete amount because of the emotional stress and trauma I have gone through. So like, the woman was almost crying. She was begging, and I'm like, okay, fine, we're going to take it. The police people asked us to negotiate and come to an agreement. So we went back to the police station and we both signed and all. So this lady came, like the original owner of the house came back home on the day I was to move, came for her key. Yo, my eyes are so beautiful, like so beautiful. So that was it, and I left that house. Moral lesson of my story: be careful, guys. Like, be careful. Sometimes when something looks too good to be true, it actually is too good to be true. Sometimes, of course, I still know, like, not even lucky, I'm loved. Jonathan McReynolds. If you're a fan of Jonathan McReynolds, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, it's not even a matter of luck. I know I'm blessed. I know, like, my case can always be different. Like, when people are saying there is a casting down, I'm saying there is a lifting up. And even when this happened, I still got my money back. At least some people did not even get their money back. I got a very large chunk of my money back. So yeah, I still believe I'm blessed and my case is different. But still, in all, be careful, because sometimes when it's too good to be true, it's actually too good to be true. I just remember the story. I don't know what triggered it. Maybe because of all this talk of racism and all. Probably. Oh, I just thought to share, and I hope you've learned to be careful, be more careful. Yeah, and that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you watched till the end. Thank you so much. Please, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any other video suggestions that you want me to do, you can leave it in the description box and I'm going to see what I can do about it. Please remember to share and subscribe. That is the most important thing. Subscribe, and also comment below. Like, drop comments, guys, and like. By the way, for this lady, Mrs. A, I don't know if they ever, or Miss A, I don't know if the police ever caught her. I don't know. I just think I got my money back and I moved out to another house that was really beautiful. I think that was like my most beautiful house ever, like so far in Georgia. So yeah. Okay, guys, bye. See you, and please take care of yourself. Stay safe and stay healthy. Love you. Bye.